Juventus Football Club is an iconic professional football club based in Turin, Italy, founded on November 1, 1897, by a group of local Turinese students led by Canfari brothers. The club has become a pillar of not only Italian but global football, with a rich history characterized by success and resilience. From its inception, Juventus started playing competitive football in 1900, capturing its first Italian championship in 1905. Originally dressed in pink and black, the club switched to the now iconic black and white striped shirts in 1903, inspired by English club Notts County, which established their distinctive visual identity. In 1906, a split occurred at the club after some members proposed relocating Juve out of Turin. Disagreeing with this idea, the club's president allowed several prominent players to leave. These players went on to found Torino FC, sparking a rivalry with Juve known as the Derby della Mole. Juventus's early years weren't easy, but they set the foundation for a legacy of success. In the decade before World War II, Juventus began to dominate Italian football, securing 5 consecutive Serie A titles from 1931 to 1935, and nurturing some of the game's greatest talents. In the 40s, it was time for Juventus's local rivals to shine. Torino won Serie A each year after the war. Juventus ended their streak in the 1949-1950 season, winning their first title in 15 years. The 1950s were marked by the prowess of players like Piero Bonaparti, who would become synonymous with Juventus's fighting spirit and dedication. The 1970s and 1980s are often remembered as a golden era for Juventus, during which the club not only excelled in domestic competitions, but also on the European stage. The arrival of stars such as Michel Platini, Paolo Rossi, and Zbigniew Boniek helped the club to expand its trophy cabinet significantly. This period culminated in winning the prestigious UEFA Champions League in 1985, although the victory was overshadowed by the Heysel Stadium disaster. Throughout the 1990s, Juventus continued to be a force in both Italian and international football. The management of Marcello Lippi and the skills of players like Alessandro Del Piero, Didier Deschamps, and Antonio Conte brought about a sustained period of success. Juventus clinched the Champions League again in 1996 and continued accumulating Serie A titles. However, 2006 marked one of the darkest chapters in the club's history with the Calciopoli scandal. Juventus was relegated to Serie B for the first time ever, and stripped of 2 league titles due to their involvement in a nationwide match-fixing scandal. The scandal dragged on for years, and with each court ruling, the imposed penalties changed. Ultimately, Juventus played 1 season in Serie B before returning to the top tier of competition. Since their return to the top flight, Juventus has reclaimed its position as the dominant force in Italian football. Under the leadership of managers like Antonio Conte and Massimiliano Allegri, the club embarked on an era of unprecedented domestic success, winning 9 consecutive Serie A titles from 2012 onwards. The signing of Cristiano Ronaldo in 2018 was a statement of their ambition not just to dominate in Italy, but to conquer Europe, although the Champions League trophy has remained elusive. Juventus's influence extends beyond the pitch. It includes a deep cultural impact and a commercial prowess that make it one of the world's most followed and respected football clubs.